Now that U.S. troop numbers are down to 3,000 in Iraq and 10,000 in Afghanistan, the question is, what has come about because of these wars? Further instability in the region? Heard about it. A sluggish U.S. economy? Adoy. ISIS? Boring. The rise of private armies willing to fight wherevs for money? Ooh, let's talk about them. I know we've all heard about Blackwater, aka Z, aka Academy, aka the corporation that makes Monsanto look like the Golden Girls. But hey, Academy may be the prom queen, but there's plenty of other ladies at this up paramilitary ball, like DynCorp International, a private military company that earns more than $3 billion a year, 96% of it coming directly from the U.S. government. Even though in 2007, they grossly mismanaged a $1.3 billion contract to train Iraqi police, and in 2009, they paid a 17-year-old Afghan boy for entertainment and sexual activities. Ugh. I'm actually right outside of DynCorp's Washington, D.C. offices right now. Maybe I should ask him about it. Oh yeah, they have their own mercenary army. That could get awkward. According to Sean McFate, a professor at Defense University and author of The Modern Mercenary, in the last 25 years, you've seen the growth of mercenaries. Slowly, first underground, and then a little larger, and of course the U.S. now legitimized the industry. Hey, at least we legitimized something. That's always impressive. I remember when I legitimized hot sauce as lube, I was the coolest guy in the emergency room. But McFate is right. The U.S. military never would have been able to sustain itself in Iraq and Afghanistan if it weren't for PMCs. During World War II, contractors made up only 12% of the military workforce. By the time we get to the Iraq War, it's 50%, and 59% in Afghanistan. In 2010, the U.S. deployed 207,000 contractors compared to only 175,000 troops. And how many of those contractors were mercenaries? Glad you asked. Over 26,000. Even though they are fewer in number than their unarmed brethren, their actions resonate disproportionately louder owing to the nature of their work. They kill people. He goes on to talk about the market value of PMCs. He says, expert estimates range wildly from 20 billion to 100 billion annually. Wow, that estimate ranges more wildly than when I asked a real estate agent how many hugs it would cost me to sublet this dumpster here for the summer when I wanted to get off the grid. He said to me it all depended on whether or not he believed that my hugs were emotionally valid. I didn't get the place. Most private military companies are headquartered in the U.S., but most of the armed contractors they hire are not American. Foreign fighters are way cheaper. Just ask the PMC Triple Canopy. They get discount soldiers for as little as $1,000 a month. Check out this fun Filipino bunch in Iraq.
Glad to be here?
Yeah, very great with Triple Canopy.
All right, man.
Okay, Triple Canopy. Woo! #1.
Right on. They're loving it. The reality is, private military companies like DynCorp are making it cheaper to go to war. They're making it more politically viable to go to war, and they're helping to keep war endless because they're incentivized to do so via profit. F it. Maybe I should ask him about it. Hey, DynCorp, what's the story with the 17-year-old Afghan boy? Hey, and what about all the underage sex slave trading in Bosnia in the late 90s? Reporting from Washington, John F. O'Donnell, redacted tonight.